We are back for Showdown, so only a few shows away from the Big Bang 2001, the August pay-per-view in WCW. So what have we got tonight? Well, we've got a tag team match main event full of main eventers. Jarrett and Sting are going to beat Goldberg and Scott Steiner. Lashley is going to cost Goldberg and Papa Pump the victory. Lashley has got an interview segment earlier on as well. This is really pushing him and his feud with Goldberg. We're going to start the show with Tommy Dreamer making his debut in a tag team with Terry Funk, and they are going to beat Rick Steiner and the Road Warrior Animal. This video is just to hype up the main event. Just Incredible is going to beat Chavo Guerrero to retain his Cruiserweight title. Curt Hennig is going to beat Mike Awesome with a little help from Chris Kanyon. Totally Buff are going to call out the perfect event again. They want the tag titles back. Kevin Nash has got his match against Lex Luger and he's going to win. New Jack this time has turned the tables and he is going to attack Shane Douglas backstage. And to end a feud in a Texas death match, Sid Vicious is going to beat Diamond Dallas Page. Lastly, Sean O'Haire is involved in an angle with Dustin Rhodes where there is a finisher no sell. So, Tommy Dreamer debuted his new gimmick as a fiery Italian, and unfortunately it got a negative response, so that's really bad. You don't know how these are going to go down sometimes, but there we go. Main event hype got a good rating. Cruiserweight titles lost image, unfortunately. Lashley Rowe backstage, he's really firing up the card. He's shooting up the card at the moment. Curt Hennig, Mike Awesome, that is more like it. And Curt Hennig, I'm hoping within a few months will be ready to challenge for the world title again. He's working his way up. He's a good name as well, and for once, Totally Buff have given a good interview segment, and I think that's because they've not given one for a few shows, and when you oversell something, you overhype it, the fans become a bit bored. 33%, what can you say? I think that's possibly the worst match rate quality we've ever had. 51% overall. It's just shocking match, isn't it? It's just terrible. Nash v Luger. Shane Douglas, New Jack. That feud is hotting up nicely. DDP Sid Vicious. It was just a bit of a nothing feud, wasn't it? It was to get Sid more over and to get DDP back up, but it's not worked like that. They've gained overness from the feud ending anyway. But let's see. Sid Vicious moves in with a kill powerbomb 1-2-3. Referee counts to 10, even though it's 1-2-3. The match is over. Dustin Rhodes, Sean O'Haire, that did well. And for main event, that did really surprisingly well. We knew the match quality wasn't going to be fantastic, but the crowd were up for it. And we got a nice, solid 81% there. So overall, 72%, and we won our ratings constantly in the 70s now. And imagine if Nash and Luger had been around 70%, we would have been a lot higher overall. But it was just a dud, wasn't it? And we've actually finished that show really quite quickly. But we got 0.48, and I think that is the joint highest rating we've ever had for Showdown, which is good. That idiot, okay. I try my best, but I think our match showed clearly that Lex Luger isn't good enough to be wrestling at my level. Well, Kevin Nash, you actually requested that match with Lex Luger, so it's your fault. Oh, but the road agent thinks they've got fantastic chemistry in the ring, so someone is telling lies. What a shambles. Okay. Meeting unhappy workers, and Nash has gone up a little bit. Goldberg stayed the same. Writing staff. Hulk Hogan is going to make his debut on the next show. Don't worry about that. Personal assistant. 82 workers on the roster. Nash is unhappy and wants to leave. The Wall's contract is coming to an end. Miss Jones is coming to an end. Mike Tenay is coming to an end. We will sort them out, I'm sure. No point looking at this. I've tried to get for Rock, Van Dam, Rhino. Jerry Lynn, he's 38. I did try and get in, but he's currently on tour, on a Japanese tour now. Let's go into Monday, and just a rating for Heat 1.19. That is shocking. Actually, we got 0.48 for Showdown, so it's still better than that. Let's look at the feuds. Chris Kanyon and Mike Awesome. Okay. Goldberg, Lashley Rowe. Nice, evenly balanced feud. Okay. Yeah, we're doing well. So, yeah, we've pretty much concluded this show. Let's have a look at Sid and DDP. Let's have a look at Tommy Dreamer first. He's gone down to 77. The problem is, his gimmick got a negative response. I can't change it now because the fans will be confused and it'll upset Tommy. But if I keep it, the fans found it negative the first time, so they're not going to warm to it. But anyway, Shark Boy's doing well. And, oh yeah, look at that name, Randy Orton in the development territory. So he should, that'll be very interesting to see how he gets on. For Wall's contract is coming to an end. For Cat's gone down to 75. We were going to look at Sid Vicious, and I want Sid Vicious as a main eventer, but it's just not happening for him at the moment for whatever reason. Maybe he needs to change his gimmick, but I think the Psycho gimmick suits him perfectly. As a racist, I don't think so. Maybe a machine. Let's not do it yet. And DDP, where does DDP stand at the moment? I mean, look at that, 47. He's one of the least over guys in the whole company. I think we might just have to write off DDP and use him in squash matches now, which is a shame because I like DDP, but it's too far back from there. I think 47, and he's taken up a decent sum of a wage bill as well. So I'll sort out Nitro, but Hulk Hogan is going to make his debut and it's going to be epic. So stay tuned. And events, Big Bang, 12th of August. It's coming up very shortly. 3 TV shows to hype up the event. It's going to be epic.